Hi everyone, and welcome to the last day of Yule, 12th night, and the last rune lesson out of my series of 12. We finally made it, folks. We're finally on the last one. Whew. I wasn't sure if I was going to get them done today. 7 lessons in one day. Whew. So we're going to keep things going and finish out strong. Next up is Dagaz, representing the letter D or TH. In Germanic, it was Das or Dagaz, Old Norse Dagr, Anglo-Saxon Dag, Icelandic Dagr, Norwegian Dagr, Old English Dag, or Modern English Day. It represents the light of day. And the picture itself ideographically represents the balance between night and day. So think of it as like hourglass on its side, but balanced out with half the time up and half the time down. Keywords are light, enlightenment, polarity, awakening, intuition, well-being, synchronization, duality, the Odinic paradox, balance. It's all about the polarities and bringing them into balance. So light and day, or light and dark, night and day, good and evil, all those things need to be balanced. So as I said, we're getting into the more complex things as we round out the end of these runes. This is talking about finding that balance, finding that way to come to enlightenment. Basically bringing things up to a close and peace within yourself. This is the point of balance between the pairs of opposites. The instant of dawn or dusk, the awakening of the transcendent consciousness, often described as a blinding flash of inspiration that unites the individual with the universe and reveals the mystery of being. Enlightenment. It's a big one. It's where you're on your way and you understand what all of this has all been about. From that brings you on to Othala, the last rune. Now, some places will have these flip-flopped, but out of all the studies I've done, this is the most logical way to have it, is to have Othala after Dagaz. First you come to enlightenment, and then you pass it on. Othala represents land or real property, especially ancestral lands. On another level, it represents the genetic structure given us by our ancestors, as well as the ancestral memory and inherited spiritual power. Whew. Othala, Utal, or Othala, Odal, Othal, Otel in Anglo-Saxon, Odal in Old Norse. Icelandic was Odal, Old English, Ethil. This is immobile, hereditary property. The things that don't move, that get passed down to your children. These are your family property and home and lands. The cattle and herds that you own. It's your DNA passed on. My daughter's got my blood inside her. My DNA runs deep in this little girl. As well as the gods' DNA within each and every one of us. It is enclosed state, dynamically interacting with the environment. Womb and legs of the goddess standing. So, what they give down to us, and what we pass on to the next. Immobile property associated with heredity, ancestry, prosperity, inheritance, DNA, family, sacred enclosure, inherited power, preserved freedom. The deity is Odin, by far. Odin. Element is earth, the incorporation of all of them. Color red, stone, petrified wood, tree, hawthorn, herb, gold thread, astrology, the full moon. Of which it was a full moon yesterday. Animals are the eagle, the wolf, the salmon, the owl, the bear. Othala is all about what you're passing on to the next generation. So once we get to Othala, we're passing it on to the next generation. Then the next generation starts their new beginning with Feu. They start with what we give them. The runes can be a microcosm for our lives. They can represent everything that we go through in our lifetimes, as well as what we then pass on to the next generation. I hope these rune lessons have been helpful. I hope you guys have learned a lot. And I hope you guys are binge watching the shit out of these so you can answer my questions tonight and win some cool but kind of janky ass prizes. Thanks, and have a great Yule. 2020 was a bitch. Let's hope 2021's a little bit better. Peace out.